Most people today are working in a job that they never wanted and they never should have been in. I'm going to help you today to fix that. Listen to the complete story. The answer is in here for you. And here we go again. I'm a little late today. It's after 1. But we were having fun. If your life is not based on having a lot of fun, then you're doing something wrong. You're working at the wrong thing probably all day. Well, that isn't fun. And that's half your working hours. And then maybe in the evening you're doing something else, eating up a lot of that time and not having fun. Now, for me to figure out businesses and how to make money is fun. How can I make something out of this that's in front of me? Something that's making nothing. Make something out of nothing. What is in front of me that has some hidden secrets that if I can figure them out, it could produce an idea, an invention, an innovation that I would never even have to think about money again. Imagine that. How many do you need of those? I mean, if your goal was to make $200,000 a year, and you came up with an invention that gave you a royalty of $200,000 a year, how many more would you have to do? No, I'd keep going because I was having fun. Now you might switch to something else. Doing business is a fun thing to me. Now, not to my wife. She gets bored with all my business ideas constantly. She likes a lot of the ideas, but she doesn't want to hear about ideas all day like I do. So we're all different. So don't worry about it. Don't worry. We got this. So what is it that turns your crank? What is it that turns your world to an amazing situation? What would you need to dial into starting at this very moment that could make life joyful from here on? Or at least in this day, what is it? And go do it. Does that sound complicated? Now, a lot of people have an idea of what they want to do, and it would make them joyful, but they never do it because they're afraid. What are they afraid of? Well, it's like being afraid of your shadow. There's nothing to fear. Well, people might think I look stupid. Well, you're broke. They already think you look stupid. Or they look at your life and they already think you're stupid. So don't worry about what people think. And then when you make a bunch of money because you actually finally initiated some of your ideas and you're a millionaire or whatever, then they're going to say you just got lucky. So you're not going to satisfy these people. Okay? You know, the people that are not really for you, they're just figure out a new angle why you're successful, why you are successful or whatever. He's just stupid and got lucky. You're not going to please those people. They put it in their mind what they think about you, and anything you've got would be a miracle if it was good. Oh, he just had a miracle. Yeah, he just had a miracle. He's not that smart. Well, maybe we're not that smart, but we had a miracle. How did we have a miracle? We kept doing things. And eventually, one of them became a miracle. You might do 20 things in 19. Add up to, a bunch of nothing. But one changes your life. But if you never did any of the 20, you would never have got to the one that worked probably, because that's not likely to be the first one of 20 ideas you try. So you tried 10 and you quit. Well, maybe the 11th one was where it was. Somewhere there, in that pile of ideas, is a good one. Not every idea is good. And if investors who look at businesses all day long and decide which ones they think are going to be successful. These incubators that have brought multi-million-dollar businesses into being. Morning. Good, sir. These businesses that have brought multi-billion-dollar businesses into being, like Airbnb and whatever, all the different ones, Uber, those guys, now you'd think they'd learned something by now. They've gone through hundreds, probably thousands of businesses. And guess what? 8 out of 10 times, still they're wrong. So they back 10 businesses and only 2 actually make it. Now does that tell you something about doing? Keep doing. So doing found the businesses, not because they're so smart. Oh, they were smart enough to keep doing, yeah, that part, but it wasn't their brilliance. So you throw up enough stuff against the wall, some of it's going to stick. That's their thinking. But yet again, remember, they probably, I can't remember what the odds they say are, but 100 businesses go in front of one of these incubators, and probably at least 95% of them are rejected. So they picked the 5 best out of the 100. Well, let's say they get 10 out of 100, and they're still wrong 8 out of 10 times. How is that possible? Well, it doesn't matter. Make the odds work in your favor. Because if even if you don't have to be them to figure this out. I mean, it helps, they're knowledgeable, but still. Even if it was 100, if you had to go through 100 businesses and you did a different idea every weekend, and it took you 2 years to find that multi-million-dollar business, was it worth it? So 2 years, now you've got something you never have to do anything again if you don't feel like it. Was it worth it? I'd say yeah. What about you? No, I wouldn't want to go through 2 years of a failed business every week to get the multi-million-dollar business. Well, why wouldn't you? You're going through a bunch of other stuff. Why wouldn't you go through that? Why not? Really? So, don't worry about failure. And here's another one. I love this one, too. What I've read. Now, you can come up with some different numbers, but this is what I've read, is that you take someone that is a super good cartoonist and has made millions and has come up with great cartoons. Let's say you're writing for the New York Times or some bigger place, and they look at your cartoons and they reject 8 out of 10 of them. They don't like 8 of them. It's only 2 they think are good. Now, if someone that's done thousands of these creations have 8 out of 10 rejected, why are you worried about you getting some rejection? You're not an expert, and yet you want your first writing or your first cartoon to be a smash hit, and they only get 2 out of 10. Wow, you must think you're better than them. You might need 1 out of 50 to get to your good one. But again, I ask, if that one idea, if that one cartoon would change your life, and suddenly, now, New York Times or whatever, they want you as their cartoonist. And now you're going to make a couple of $100,000 a year. Would that change your life right now? But if you never tried and you never put a bunch of cartoons up, well, guess what? They will not be discovering you or anyone else. Because you never put yourself up to be discovered. Oh yeah, my stuff's so good, people will pound a path to my door. Well, we know that doesn't work. But that's good news for you or me, the inventor, the innovator. Why is that? Because there's a whole bunch of people sitting with an invention they spent tens of thousands of dollars on to get a patent and spent thousands of hours developing it so it really works well, but can't get any business. Now, how's that? How'd that happen? Well, don't let that happen to you. You want to test something way early. You don't want to be doing what they did. But the good news for you and me is you have the golden opportunity now. Because they need you. They need someone that's creative, that can figure out how to apply the patent they've got, or the invention they've got, or the innovation they've got, how to apply it to the real world. That's what I do all day long, all my life. I've looked at other people's products and figured, well, how can I do that and make a lot more money? This is a simple example, but doing baby photography. We had a package. I was working for a company. $500. I got like 200 of it. And just wasn't making enough money doing this. Selling a few a week, but I want to make more. So I created my own package. Let's do the development of film. And I created a package that I got all the money on. My cost was 25 cents to produce it. And I had development labs that were willing to back the product up. And 25 cents, and sold them for $39.95. So I made, $39 and whatever, 75 cents on every deal. And now, at times I made $500 in an hour. Not 500, because someone wants 10 of them, or whatever. Suddenly, and it's my business, I own it, and no one ever copied me. All those years I did, like 6-7 years, never had a copycat. Now maybe everyone thought it was too hard what I was doing, but hey, selling books with the development of film in the books. 3 rolls for free, 9 rolls at half price. And now I know books do well. Lots of people do books. I sold all kinds of books out there for my range, $40, $50. But in my case, I just focused on film and had no competition. Now you can't do it today because no one develops film. But back then everyone developed film. So everyone was my customers, especially university students were the greatest. Because they seem to have an enormous amount of money to spend on what they like. And a lot of them love taking pictures. They still do today, but they have the digital camera now. They don't need my service. But boy, it was good while it lasted. I could make, in today's dollars, some weeks $5,000, $10,000 in a week, which isn't bad. But that's gone. But what's the next thing? What else is out there? In this case, I didn't have to buy anyone's franchise. I didn't have to get someone's permission to use their product. It was my own product. I could have charged. I should have. I should have sold distributorships or something. But anyway, I didn't. I was just happy with all the money I would make. And I'd work 2, 3, 4 hours a day, and money rolled in like crazy. You come home with hundreds of dollars every day. In those days, like it's coming home with thousands a day, and I was like, this is heaven. And all those that work in ivory towers and have suits on and everything, I just put my sports shirt on and go out and make some money. And I didn't have to dress up. I didn't have to cater to anybody. Just find some more customers. Really. Meanwhile, they have to put up with all kinds of bosses and BS and whatever. I didn't have to put up with anything. Except my customers. I want to keep them happy, but I didn't have any bosses to answer to. Could work the hours I wanted to work. If I want to make more money, I work more hours. Oh, I made too much money this week. I'll take today off. Whatever. I don't think I did that. I was making such good money that I don't think I ever wanted to miss a day. my thinking at that time. And the houses we lived in, I go back and look at one of the last ones I had up north, and it was selling for like $4.5 million. So I was living, pretty high in the hawk. I mean, if you're living in a $4 million house, then probably you're doing all right. Especially if we ended up paying cash. But, really, when I sold that house, we didn't have a mortgage. The whole thing was cash. We paid cash, and when we sold it, it was all ours. Not that I'm so smart, because I probably went through 10 things to get to the good one, lots of times. I've done several businesses, but often I went through a bunch of businesses that weren't so good. But sometimes it's only by doing you figure things out. Now, I couldn't figure out how to do the developing film business because no one ever did it before the way I was doing it. So I was the only one, so I had to figure it out on my own. But then at the same time, I saw people are selling books. In my case, the baby pictures. They got a book. And every 3 months, they got a picture of their baby as part of the 500. And then they ended up buying a whole bunch more pictures, and they made a bunch more money. But, I wasn't getting any of that. The back end of things. The back end of things often is far more money than the front end. But I was happy with what I was getting. Well, I wasn't happy selling the baby pictures. No, that was not enough. But I was sure happy with my package, which you could have done. I mean, how complicated is what I did? Line up, approach the photo developing labs, tell them I'm willing to do advertising for them at no cost to them. All they got to do is throw in some 3 rolls of film of developing, and you're going to get a customer out of it. And I don't think I ever had a lab turn me down. I went across the country, and I'd go into a lab, and I'd tell them the story is, and they knew that it wasn't them, it's going to be their competitor that's going to get me. And they were like, yeah, well, let's do it. So I had no problem signing up labs. If I could get them on the phone, if I could get the owner on the phone, I'm going to get this deal. Now, if I can't get through to them, then next I'll find someone I can get through to. But could anyone have done this? Yeah. I mean, was this testing? When I say testing, I first brought out the booklet that I get all the money from. Okay. The lab's going to give them the 3 rolls of film free developed and half price on the other 9. So I got to find the customers. And I started off at $19.95 a book because I thought, well, that's not bad. I'm going to make some serious money. And sold well. I went to $29.95 and made twice as much money. Not only did I make more customers, I made far more profit, of course. Then I went to $39.95 and even made more money. Again, in today's dollars, I'd have $5,000 days at times. Then I guess I got greedy at this point. Not greedy, just testing. Then I went to $45.95. Package was worth about $150. At $45.95, my sales dropped off. All right, sweet spot, $39.95. I've tested it. I've tried it out. I've gone higher and lower. I know what makes me the most money. I know what the price I should be at. Now, how hard is it anyone to figure that out today with any product? Can't you do the same thing with anything you're selling? Especially if you can break in a field like I did where there wasn't anybody. Oh boy. Now, one of the companies I was reading about, it's coming to my mind, was dentist work, making the false teeth, I guess is what it was, or a false tooth, whatever, but manufacturing of those things. And a guy organized that and put it together somehow. Ended up buying a bunch of the companies, whatever, however he did it, made a fortune on something that was already there. And we had a huge profit in it. Like my book, I mean, they didn't pay 25 cents for the stuff to make a tooth, but pretty close. I mean, if it's just material of $10 and you're getting $300 for a tooth wholesale to a dentist, what a business. Can someone still make money there? I don't know. Maybe there could be some competition to those guys. So what field do you know something about where you may be able to come up with some idea that people want? Because if you were in the field and you liked it, then you know the needs of the field. Think of all the times you say, oh, if there was only a product that did such and such. There's a whole website, but you got to pay so much a month, and they tell you what people are asking for exactly. If only there were, whatever, and they tell you what, 1,000 people would like you to create such and such a product. And these guys know that, hey, you're willing to pay $99 a month to have this knowledge, or whatever it was, I can't remember. It wasn't cheap. But you just have to test things, and you have to struggle sometime, and you don't make money right away necessarily. But you will if you keep going. That's probably my biggest problem, failures in my life, is I didn't keep going. But at the same time, you don't want to keep going in something that keeps failing. And when you can say, okay, maybe there's money here, but it's way too difficult. I need to try something else. But if you're getting some indication that there's money there, and you can refine your approach, you're getting some money, then you can probably make this thing work. Because with your little spent product, you created a little product, created a website and put it out there and got some orders. Mickey Mouse level of advertising. Because it wasn't, a great website. It wasn't a great looking product. The one you created, whatever. You can refine that later, but let's see if there's any money there at all. Are there someone that wants that thing? And of course, the other route, and that most say this is the way to do it, again, you go and find out what people want. Don't just go create something and hopefully you can find a buyer. No. Find what 1,000 people want. 1,000 people ask for this, whatever, this hat that gives you an air-conditioned head. And 1,000 people said they'd buy one. Well, that's probably something you should look at. Anyway. And the initial product might not be the best version of it, probably isn't. But you can refine it and make it better. And then it becomes a best version of it. And then the sales go through the roof because you've clicked on a need that everyone needs that's outside all day sweating to death. And if they had that hat of yours that would do that to keep them cool, how much is that worth? If I was a worker outside and I could get such a hat, it'd certainly be worth $500. If it really worked, it'd probably be worth $1,000. Might be worth $2,000 or $3,000. But you'll find out. How are you going to find out? Just like I did. Well, I'm going to test it. I'll put it at 500. And say I need at least 500 to create this product, or whatever, or $100. Doesn't matter. The point is that you figure out your cost to make one of these, and then multiply it by at least 7. So if it's $7 to make, then you need to get 70. If it's $70 to make, you need to get 700. And there's enough room in there for selling it wholesale to places and so on. So you've got room in there to do some things. But you probably need a product that has that seven times markup. And that's from way back, those figures. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe today you only need 5 times. Or maybe you need 10 times. I don't know. To make a product work. Well, you're going to find out. And you're going to find out what people will pay. By testing. Oh, I'm going to do that. Well, I could hire a group and they could do a study on it and pay thousands of dollars to tell me it doesn't work, or yeah, I think it'll work, and you go try it doesn't. How about just go do it? I don't need a test group to tell me. I need some buyers to tell me. How am I going to get the buyers to tell me? They're going to get their credit card out. They don't get their credit card out, then they don't want it. If they get their credit out, they want it. So, this is pretty easy. My test group is those that will use their credit card. Now, if no one wants to put their credit card out, and I try approaching this product 2 or 3 ways and different prices and get 0 or close to it, then maybe you want to move on to another idea. But remember, maybe only 1 to 10 ideas are going to work. Maybe only 1 to 20 ideas are going to work. But I think 1 out of 10 is reasonable. You get 10 things that were decent to start with, that was a good idea. One of them people are going to want, and it might not be a high steamroller profit thing, but it might make, let's say it made $1,000 a week. Well, that's more than you got coming in now. Or let's say it makes $500 a week. Well, it's more than you got coming in now on the side business, doing something you love. And you say, well, that's too low. That's $500. $500 a week, $25,000 a year. I'll sell the business for $25,000. Will I get their money back in 1 year? What a deal! Or maybe 2 years to sell it for $50,000. So I want to do something for $500 a week. Well, there's a bunch of people that would. They're doing it part-time at home or whatever. And keep in mind, that's just the beginning. If it's making $500 a week now, and you can figure out how to refine the product and have add-ons and everything else, you don't know where it's going to go. So you have this hat that keeps people cool. All right, so now you're going to bring out some gloves that keep people cool. Some shoes, the air-conditioned shoes, whatever. Now you're going to bring out some other products that are already related to the customers you got. So you already got the customers and they already trust you. So now you can start, if you want to expand it out with additions. Now maybe there is someone already that has air-conditioned shoes. So you add it to your product line and get 30% of every sale. If you're going to get an affiliate program, you'll set up with them. They don't have an affiliate program. Okay. Well, I'll set you up with an affiliate program. And then they say, the customer that has the air-conditioned shoes says, what's that? Well, that's just where every time I bring you a customer, you give me 30%. And it's an automatic thing. If sales go through, I get my 30%. And I'll also, once I set that, I'll set up a master lease situation here, and I'll manage the whole thing and bring you customers from who I can get and what other companies can get you. So now you're going to go to the other company and say, look, this guy has the air-conditioned shoes, and I can give you 20% from the affiliate program. Where did the 10% go? That's mine. That's mine. I'm getting 10% on every sale that someone else makes. So I could make more money there than I could sell myself probably. Because if you got 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 affiliates, and there's lots of affiliate sites that you could advertise on to get affiliates, you got the product tied up and it's any good. So, I got 100 guys out there pounding the pavement selling my air-conditioned hat or this guy's air-conditioned shoes. I'm getting 10%, and the 100 guys are making enough money that they're keeping going. So they got to be making a few hundred a month to do it, which means I'm making a few hundred off of each one. I get changed at 30%. I'm going to just give them 15. I'll get 15. Or maybe I'll do a graduated thing. I'll say, look, you get 15%. If you bring anyone under you and you get them selling, you reach a certain dollar level, I'll give you 20%. So now you got affiliates finding affiliates for you. So you got the master affiliate, you own it, and just build it out from there. But you need a product that works, that people want, okay? But air-conditioned shoes for someone that's feet sweat to death, and you know they're growing things in their shoes because of all the sweating. They might very well pay you $500, or pay whoever the manufacturer is $500 for that shoe, and it keeps you cool all day. It's got something built into it that causes you to be cool all day. All right. Yeah. You got a winner here. How many products are out there that you could do that with? How many companies, you know, there's so many companies that are selling a good product and they don't have an affiliate program. You can just focus on that. So I'm just going to be master at setting up affiliate programs. And I'm going to go after the stuff that I like. Because I can go, there's hundreds of categories and thousands of products, but I'm going to pick on the ones that I have fun with, and I'm going to focus on those. Well, what would they be? I don't know. I mean, I remember reading about dude ranches. This guy made a fortune on dude ranches. People take their family and spend a week out on the range in tents, and horses are riding around or whatever, and you know, charging them, you know, for the family $50,000. And I'll bring you customers. I'll bring you dude family customers that want that dude ranch, and I want 20%, 30%. So every 50,000, if I want 20%, I want $10,000 or more. Because you're a dude ranch, you don't have any customers. You got the product, you got a great dude ranch, you got everything going there, but no customers. I'll bring the customers. I can probably get 30% of the total. But whatever. You could just specialize in that. And just go after the field you like. This is giving me great ideas too, by the way. And this is incredible. So if you're a master salesman, you found the master job here. A job for masters. Ooh, a job for masters.com. You know what? I'm going to look that up right now, because I'm just really curious. Is that a thing or not? Hang on. 1 second. Job for masters. Job for masters. And it's available. Look at that. And you guys are going to probably grab it. Well, that's a job for master. Okay, I didn't do master. But anyway, you get the point. There's names out there, okay? And so you can create a name for the business you're trying to get to. So now I could teach a course on how to get in the affiliate program, promoting affiliate products for companies. And my course is whatever, $1,000, whatever it is. And I will show you exactly how to do the business. So it's a whole, so I'm already doing it myself, and now I'm going to start setting up affiliates. I'm going to make some serious money here. Now I can tell them, you cannot go into these three fields. Can't do plumbing, electric, whatever. I already got the lion's share there, so I don't want them to do that. So, okay, you can't go into these three areas, but you can go anywhere else. Because I'm not going after anyone else, because I don't like any of the other fields. And now you got someone that paid $1,000 for the course is going to give you, because like you set it up, it was say 30%, and you're going to get half of it, 15, and he's going to get 15, or whatever. Or maybe in this case, you're just getting 5 and he gets 25. But you got the back end. This is amazing. So you got the 1,000 up front, Then if he signs up any companies that want to do an affiliate program, then you're going to get 5%, and he's selling a $10,000 product. So every time he sells one, you're going to get $500. Woo! And he's going to go through a bunch of them. Wow. I mean, really. Well, there's all kinds of products that are out there that are probably a lot of junk thing. You know, you can, yes, the master rights for my idea, and then whatever. But a lot of times, I think in that case, it's a lot of BS. There was no customers for it, but now you have the master franchise for it. You don't want the master affiliate. You've tied up master affiliate program for it, but no one wants one. So let's make something that works, or find someone that already has something that works, that they don't have an affiliate program, and you're going to get them one that you'll create, and you will have the master affiliate program. And just tell them, look, here's the deal. Here's the contract. Make sure you got lawyers that put it together, so that they don't cut you out, because they will if they can. Most companies will cut you out if they can. But if they can't, then they'll pay. Most of them. Now, some of them won't pay. They're just crooked. And they say, sue me. And maybe you sue, maybe you don't. On the sue part, if I got a lawyer that's willing to make only his money on what he retrieves, and I give him the max. So let's say 30% is the most a lawyer can get for a particular field. All right, I'm going to put that out there. Find the best lawyers, and if they're willing to take it on, they're not going to take something on that they don't think they're going to make any money. But if Disney is, or anyone, any company, Amazon or General Electric is stealing you from the agreement you have with them, and they're willing to do it on a success basis, so no money out of your pocket, then just hand it to those guys. Everyone that comes along that tries to do that to you, hand it to those guys. And the ones that they think there is money there, they're going to go after. And if it's little Joe Blow, they're not going to go after, and you're not going to worry about little Joe Blow. He's not putting that big a dent in your business anyway. You just send him a letter, stop and desist selling my stuff. That doesn't stop him. You're not going to do a bunch of legal stuff beyond the letter, probably. Because if you go to the next level, then you're required by law to go to the next level and all this stuff. Again, talk to someone that knows this field. But how hard is this? Because I would say, just guessing, 3/4 of all the companies in the world don't have an affiliate program. I mean, the real big ones do. I mean, Amazon does, Walmart does, yeah. But there's probably most companies don't. And they have a great product, and they sell really well. And you come along and say, I'll set up an affiliate program. And if I don't make, and to convince them why they should do it, if I don't make you X amount, if I don't make you $1,000 a month or $10,000 a month or whatever within 24 months, then I lose my exclusive. And you can have the whole thing back, because I wasn't making enough money for me. That wasn't making enough money for you, and I agree with you. We don't want to work together anymore. It's mutual. All right? So, it's exciting. It's exciting what you can do with ideas. You just go deeper and deeper. And what else? What else could I do? What else could I do? Oh, yeah, but what if it fails? And what about my reputation? Well, you don't have one. You're making a meager living. You got no reputation to really protect. All right? And this could make it so you will have a reputation you want to protect. But right now, you don't have one. So don't be worried about jeopardizing your reputation. People look at you and say, what a loser. He's only making $500 a week, or he's making $800 a week or whatever. He's a loser. They're already thinking that. So you decide, okay, I'm going to go do something that makes me that a day, and it fails. Let them laugh. You're going to go to the next idea, and you're going to find an idea that does work, and then you're going to make that per day what you used to make a month, and then see how they laugh. So if revenge is something that prompts you, you can use that too. You make all things good. All right. Revenge. I'm going to put that guy out of business. I'm going to sell so many of those things he won't even be in business. Well, that's probably not a good way to approach it, but some people it is. Some people like that approach. Hey, I could do that. I like that. Mm-hmm. So use whatever levers move you. You know, gurus say crazy things sometimes. You can't use the reverse of an idea. Don't do that. Makes people do that. Well, to a point, maybe. There's some truth in it. But don't make it as a guarantee. Because some people work way better moving away from a problem than moving towards success. So some people move away from poverty. That pushes them up, which you want money and, using poverty to step on and step on top and go higher is foreign to a lot of gurus, because they're thinking, wow, you can't use the reverse of an idea. Oh yeah, it depends on the person. Depends who you're appealing to. Because some people, that's where they work. They see everything from that place. And they're not wrong, and a lot of them are multimillionaires, so apparently their technique's not so bad either. Anyway. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. And to me, business is fun. Now, again, a hobby can be a business. Everyone has something on the side they like, and they know a lot about, probably, or they'd like to know a lot about, and they'd be willing to study to become an expert. So it's a natural for you. You're studying what you were already studying, but now you're going to be an expert and make money. Oh yeah, I got to spoil my hobby. Well, your job's spoiling your life. You know, the one you go all day and you hate. Your job's spoiling your life. Let's see if your hobby could make your life. Don't worry about spoiling your hobby. Be concerned about how you're going to get rid of the life you're living you hate. The work you're doing you hate. To do the work you love. Let's look at it from that angle. So, hey, you got to figure out what moves you, but you have to do something. If you continue to do nothing, I'm not going to tell you what happens. All right, I will. You'll get nothing. Oh. Garbage in, garbage out? Yeah. You heard that somewhere? I did nothing, I got nothing. I was thinking I'd get something out of doing nothing. Not as far as I know. But if you figure it out, let me know. I'd like to do it too. You can do nothing and get something. I think you must be some kind of God at that point. I don't know. There is only one God, but some superhuman. Good luck with that. Anyway, it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Okay? If you're in the right neighborhood. If you're in someone else's neighborhood, in other words, your grandfather did it and your father did it, now you're doing it, whatever it is, you're a lawyer, you're a garbage picker, and you hate what you're doing, and they passed this lineage to you that you want to have nothing to do with, then need to get out. And yeah, they had the best intentions for you, but it didn't work. So intentions turned out to be a big fat zero for you. You're living a miserable life, being a lawyer, being a garbage collector, being a dentist, being whatever, because someone else thought, that'd be a great dream for Ken. I think Ken should go do that. Well, Ken wants to do what he wants to do. Okay. Now, If you want to do, if you have a great plan for Ken, maybe you should use it. You go do it. You go be the dentist. You go be the whatever. No, I'm too old, too tired. Why is that? You're too old and you're too tired because you've been doing what you hate for so many years. No wonder you're old and tired. I listen to some people, they can hardly go to sleep without being totally excited and waking up excited to do what they love doing. You need to turn your life around. If you're not happy, and mom's not happy because you're bringing home peanuts, then you need to make her happy and you happy. Or a girlfriend or whatever. But no one likes someone that makes nothing. Well, put it this way, that's not people you want. People full of poverty and want you to stay in poverty. That's not someone you want to hang out with. No, it's okay. We can just live a poor life. And we'll just die broke together. No. No, you need to change your partner's idea. And once you're successful, they'll probably come along with you at that point and say, yeah, well, this is a much better life than the one I was thinking. So we're still together, but we're having a rich life instead of a poor one. Financially and every other way. Because if jobs are producing misery for you, I don't care how much money you're making, it isn't worth it. Oh, I can make X. I don't care what you make. I don't know if you'll be here tomorrow. Then you won't be making X's anything. It'll be X marks the spot where you're in the ground. That will be the X. So I'm not going to wait until something I hate puts me in the ground. I'm not going to let that job put me in the ground. No. I'm not going to end my life or end my retirement doing what I hate unless I got one more year. Yeah, there's exceptions, and I'm going to get this amazing professional retirement money because I put in the X amount of years to qualify. Well, then one more year I'll do it. They say, well, just 10 more years. No. 10 more years? No. 5 more years? No. 5 more years you can retire. I don't think I'm going to make 5 more years of it. I hate it so much. Let's say your job. So no, I'm not doing 5 more years of this. I'm going to do 5 years of what I love. Well, let's see where I am then. And let's see if I didn't make more money. I'm having a wailing time of a life. I'm having a super time living the new life. The new work. That Monday morning is an exciting morning. Rather than, oh no, it's Monday morning. I hope some of this helped. It for sure helped me come up with some new ideas that I haven't thought about, that I need to implement. Maybe it triggered you for something. I hope. I believe it did. For some of you, you've got a whole new thing to try now. Okay, let me go out and do that. But you got to do it. You can't just keep planning about it. You got to actually go do the thing, even though it's in its premature level. Doesn't look beautiful. The website doesn't look beautiful. The product doesn't look beautiful. But you've already gone out there and know that thousands of people want a product like yours that'll do the thing they wanted. You thought. And you advertise and find out you were right. Now you can improve the website. Now you can improve the product. Now you can improve everything. But don't start with, I'm going to spend 5-10 years developing a product no one wants. Or someone would have wanted it at one time, but now, everything has evolved where that no longer has any value. No, that doesn't sound a good idea to me. Hopefully not a good idea to you. So don't put off your future, which will never come, because if you put everything off for tomorrow, then tomorrow will put it off for a future date. And then you'll come to the end and say, why didn't I ever do anything? Don't do that. Even if you're there now, say, why didn't I ever do anything? Well, you didn't, but now you're gonna. Now you're gonna. You've had it with that. You're not doing that anymore. Now it's the new Ken, it's the new Bob, whoever you are. No, we're not doing it that way. We're going to do it the right way that I'm suited for and I'm made for. That's what we're going to do. All right. I guess that's it for today, but it has been fun. Over and out. If you liked what you heard today, there is much more on this subject matter. Join, subscribe, and let's talk about your personal situation, and I'll help you personally. Look forward to talking to you.